Hey, there we go. Now we're unmuted. Now you can hear me. Hell yeah. Now you can hear me. But yeah, we're doing some good food today. Some comfort food, right? Some comfort food. I got a neighbor upstairs in this fucking apartment who apparently is playing drums on the floor. All I hear is fucking snare rolls and stuff, but it's on the floor. So it's fucking annoying and it's driving Dolly crazy. So I got a later start than I wanted to, because, I had to clean up, last night's mess before I did this night's mess. But we're going to do what we're going to do. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite meals. This and country fried steak, but country fried chicken, chicken fried chicken, whatever you want to call it. It is one of my favorites. Drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon right now. Shout out to the Pabst Blue Ribbon. But I am going to make a Sazerac here in just a few. Drink some rye tonight instead of tequila. Got to keep it mixed up, right? I know there's somebody going to be out there that gives me shit for Bullet Rye, but it was the cheapest I could find and the easiest to find. So. Don't want to hear it. And again, I'm going to use, for my Sazerac, I'm going to use these sugar cubes instead of some syrup. We may throw some syrup in there, but most likely I'm just going to use the sugar cubes. So for this, we gotta get it started, right? We gotta put a little bit of some absinthe spray in our glass that we're gonna drink out of. Then we're gonna throw some in this cocktail glass that we're gonna make our cocktail in. Now we're gonna take this absinthe spray glass and put it in the freezer. Here comes Dolly because she wants some ice, right? I really need this thing to follow me. Alright. So we're going to grab some ice in our cocktail glass. Well, I didn't want to do that quite yet, but that's fine. What I'll do is just dump the ice out into here for now. So we got our ice over here. Okay. Sugar cube, sugar cube, sugar cube. Some of these are like real small, so that's why I'm doing as many as I'm doing. And really, because the sugar doesn't dissolve all that well, and I need to add some more to my bar. I got some more over here, so I'm going to keep in the pantry. Alright, so we got our muddler. I'm just going to kind of break some of the sugar up to start out with. A little broken up. And then we're going to throw our bitters in there. You got to use the Pecabs. I don't know if I can pronounce it. You got to use these bitters for your Sazerac. That's the rules. I'm just going to coat that shit in some bitters. Because that will help our sugar dissolve. Dolly. Dolly, no. Alright, so we got that sugar all nice and muddled in there. Nice little syrup. How there got to be a fruit fly in there. Is that a fruit fly or is that just a burnt piece of sugar? That's just sugar. So I was like really impressed with some of these day list playlists that Spotify had going on the past few days. But now it's all the same shit. It's a different they call it a different playlist, but it's the same shit. It's whatever. Spotify did make some changes, but I'm still going to listen to Spotify because I still support the bands that I listen to on there by buying merch on the Sender. I'm actually going to buy some stuff, and then tomorrow their record and hoodie combo that they're putting out. So I'm stoked about that. It's going to be fucking awesome. So yeah, it'll be fun to get that. But I'm not going to stop listening to Spotify because Spotify does do some cool playlists every once in a while. And I can keep everything right there, listen to it at work, listen to it in my car. And I can't take vinyl everywhere. And my CD player in my truck works like half the time. So I do have I can tell you what CD is in my car right now, or my truck. It is The Cadaver's Suicide Fantasy. And it has been in there for a while. All right. In goes our 2 ounces of rye. I'm going to put a little bit more in there just because why the fuck not, right? Alright, now we're going to dump that ice in there. So now we can use that ice. Had to muddle that sugar before I could use the ice. And we just want to get this water down, melt a little bit. So. So we want to try to get all that sugar as muddled as possible, as mixed in as possible. It does need some more sugar. It does not have as much sugar as it should. So, thankfully, we have the Demerara syrup, or Demerara, I don't know, but we have that syrup. If I can get it open, I haven't used it in a minute. There we go. Ooh, that was sticky. I'll just put a little bit more splash of sugar in there. Good old simple syrup. I probably should keep this bottle and make my own syrup out of it, out of some sugar, and do that. But you know, maybe one day. Got a whole mess of shit over here. We need to start cooking. Let that go a little bit. Alright, that's a little better. I am only gonna have one Sazerac tonight. I say that. What do I do with my glass? It's over here. Alright. No ice in here. We served this neat, so we're just gonna pour it in as we go. Get rid of our excess ice. Taking this lemon peel and just kind of rubbing it along the edge of the glass. It's a little bit, it's not as good as this one for expressing the oils and putting it in the drink. We're going to give it a squeeze and a twist. See some of those oils already getting in, splashing in there, and you can see the oils coming to the top already. So that's our Sazerac. We're gonna go ahead and drink that, and then we're gonna start this fucking country fried chicken. Well, that's good. That is good, good, good. And of course we got the patch. So I'm trying to think of how I want to do the green beans. I don't know if I want to use the Instant Pot or if I want to just do a skillet. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I need to figure that out because that's going to tell me how I'm going to cook things. And you know what? I think I am going to use the Instant Pot. No, maybe, yeah. Why the fuck not? Huh? Alright, so we got an Insta Pot. I don't care what it says on here. It says Instant Pot. That's another Mandela effect. It should be Insta Pot. That's what it used to be, and I will stand behind that. I'm going to give this a little rinse. Pop it back in there. Oh, we're going to plug it in here. Stay. Alright, so we got that plugged in. I really need to get some, like, clean out the underneath of this. Oh, we almost forgot what we needed. Butter. Butter. We got our butter. Got our knives. Get our smaller cutting board if we know where it is. There we go. I don't know if you can hear the fucking drum rolls that my neighbors are doing upstairs, but it's annoying. A lot of butter. Why? Because butter's fucking good. We're gonna put that on saute and have it on less because we don't want it to go too much. And then we're gonna do our pancetta. Good old pancetta is already nice and diced the way we need it to be, so don't have to do much with that. Country fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. But again, this is going to be another cook where it takes me way too fucking long to cook it because I got started late and had to clean up last night's mess before I could start tonight's. What do you got? Drop that. Drop it. Dolly grabbed the butter wrapper out of my little makeshift trash right here. My trash is out in the hallway at the moment getting ready to be picked up. Alright. Thought about doing the potatoes in the Instant Pot too, but I'm not gonna mess with that. We'll just boil those. Just waiting for this butter to melt. We're getting there. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit, turn it on normal. Melt a little faster, then we're gonna throw our pancetta in there. We're gonna throw our green beans in there. We're gonna hit it with a little chicken broth and just let it boil. Let that shit pressure cook for a little bit. Trying to break up this butter so it melts faster. And because the chicken broth I have has what? Low sodium in it, we're gonna put some sodium in it with the help of one of my favorite seasonings. Make shit good. Some MSG. Alright, so our butter's melted. In goes our pancetta. When I do cook this chicken, I'm going to do a very shallow fry on it with the oil. Main reason is because I want to use that oil mixed with a little bit of butter to make some country gravy. So we're going to let this pancetta cook down a little bit. Oh, it already smells great. I'm going to have lots of green beans left over for tomorrow. I'll have to run to the store and find something else to cook with the green beans. And while we're waiting for this to cook down a little bit, turn that on less again. I'm gonna start peeling our potatoes. I finally got a good potato peeler. I gotta respond to a couple messages and just Somebody messaged me about this stream earlier today, or what it was. I talked to them. Somebody I used to work with, and then yeah, I respond to a couple other people. I'm terrible at responding most of the time. And now nobody really can get a hold of me. They used to be able to contact the person I was with and be like, hey, can you answer this question? Or can you make Jordan answer his phone? Or answer that message? I'm sorry. Sometimes I just don't have the energy to do it. You know what I mean? I have gotten a couple ideas that I want to cook. For this stream. I think Sunday I may do Sunday we may do some mussels. We may do some mussels with a Spanish type sofrito, like a nice like broth, and some pork chorizo. It's all chorizo pork, and but get some fresh chorizo and have that ground up and ready to go to in that sauce. That used to be something I used to love at a place in Louisville called Mussel and Burger Bar. And on Worst Cooks in America the other day, or last night when I was watching, they were making mussels. So I thought that would be a good idea. So I looked up a couple ideas. I think I have a good starting point on what to do with them. I mean, I've cooked mussels in like a white wine, like a minuet sauce, white wine sauce, but I've never done it this way. So I'm excited to see how it'll be when I do it with the red sauce. Alright, so these are getting done. We're going to toss all these green beans in there because I can't really say them. So green beans are going in. I just can't see it on the Instagram because this thing doesn't follow me like it should. Oh, there we go. Man, usually these are not still having a bunch of stems on. They're already kind of dealt with. Alright, so we got those in there. We're gonna turn that off. Take our chicken broth. We're not gonna use all of it because we need some for the potatoes. So we're going to have to add a little bit of water to this. That's okay. I guess we could add some beer. Wish I would follow me on Instagram. That should be just enough. I'm going to throw some black pepper in there. Some garlic powder. A little bit of that Make Shit Good, MSG. Can't be afraid of the MSG. It won't hurt you, I promise. Dolly, I promise she won't bark. I don't know what she's barking at. Dolly, no. I'll put my potatoes over here because I need to cut those up. Dolly. But we're ready on this part, so let's pop our lid on. Set it to the side. Well, let's put a stir first, get all that stuff nice and mixed up there. We're going to pressure cook that for, we'll say about 15 minutes. We'll see what that does for us. Make sure that's sealed, and there we go. We're on our way with that. Now we're going to chop up potatoes. This probably is enough mashed potatoes for me, but probably not because I always love mashed potatoes. I mean, how can you not love mashed potatoes? Just chopping them up, kind of dicing them so they're a little smaller so they cook quicker. And they're easier to put in my potato ricer. When I start producing these and start recording them, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Dolly who wants to bark at everything. Dolly! No! Seriously, there's just somebody that walked through the door way down the hallway and she's fucking going nuts. Some days are worse than others, but alright, we're putting some water in our thing. We're also going to put some chicken broth in our thing. And a tad bit of milk. Mainly because I need to use this milk before it goes bad, and it's supposed to go bad tomorrow. So we're going to toss a little milk in there. And maybe a chicken bouillon cube, if you like flavor. Woo, making splashes. Alright, so our potatoes are going in. I like to do my potatoes cold. Throw my potatoes in cold and let it come up to a boil like that. But I need to be a little more cautious with these because these are smaller. Move stuff off the oven so I don't burn it all down. Now we're gonna, this chicken is very small. It's a very small, sad chicken breast, but we'll make it work. I'm going to go ahead and just use this cutting board still, because we're still using it. No sense in dirtying up another one, just for what we're going to do. Our weapon. You always got to have a nice that out, get it even, because this side's a lot more thinner. This side's thinner than this side, so we just want to get a little bit. We don't want it to fall apart, that's the problem. So that's about as good as we're going to get it right there. It's flat enough, and I don't want to fucking destroy the chicken because it's not that big. So a friend of mine, Billy Johnson, he moved to Florida with his wife a little bit ago. Has been posting records. He got the idea from like 10 records that inspired me and did this and did that. And he's doing like 365, so he's doing a record every day. I'm gonna do it until I get bored. I posted one yesterday. Gonna post a couple more as time goes on. But yeah, basically, you're just posting about, you're just posting records that had an influence on you, or really had an influence on you, or you really like were inspired by, or just like really meant something. So that'll be fun. Dolly. She's standing right underneath me. All right. So we're going to start our breading of our chicken. These Chinese takeout containers are fantastic for breading chicken. Yeah, she is. And then she's just barking at my annoying neighbors, too. Because they're upstairs just... I seriously just think they're just playing drums on on their floor upstairs. So I'm also going to put some mixed goods in these potatoes. And we'll salt them later. I said, I already got everything out. I don't know what I'm looking next for. Two eggs should be all we need. Dolly, don't. She's going for the eggshells. It wouldn't be the end of the world if she had eggshells, but... Alright, we're using... This is actually it's not officially a whisk, but it attaches to my smaller food processor so I can blend things. But it does the job as a whisk, like this. I was listening to an AFI record earlier today, and the Stooges while I was cleaning. But the AFI record I was listening to was Very Proud of Ya, their second release. I think it was released in 1996. And I was lucky enough to walk into the Eastside Karma Records and see two records sitting in the back counter, and were sealed original pressings. I got the blue one, and you best believe I opened it up and played it when I got home. Because why the fuck do you gotta play the records? You can't just sit there. So... We've been listening to it, and this has been the second time I ever played it, was today. So. Alright, next we got flour and breadcrumbs. And we're going to try to use make this somewhat. Dolly, don't get stepped on. Alright, so we're going to toss our breadcrumbs in here. And then we're going to season our breadcrumbs. Why? Because you got to season your flour as your breadcrumbs. This record player is very broken in. I still have my old record player. But it was a very, I mean, I got it when I was in high school. It was an Ion USB record player. Did the job, right? Did the job. Played records. Didn't fuck my records up. Did skip more than the one I have now. And then when I was living at the old house with other people, we got her an Audio Technica LP60, which was the entry level of the Audio Technica record players. I gotta go see exactly what it is, but yeah, this one now is a Technics SL1350 and is from the 70s. So this one is like original fucking, OG, original gangster shit. And it is attached to a 1976 Pioneer stereo system that I'm getting serviced soon, but like it's been working right now. Dolly, do you want your PBR? Do you want your PBR? Dolly wants her Pups Blue Ribbon. She likes to play with it. And I'm so surprised she hasn't destroyed that. I bought that like almost a year and a half, 2 years ago. She would not buy it. I would not give it to her because I didn't want it destroyed. No, this is a direct drive. The one I have is a direct drive. It's from back in the 70s. It was pretty nice. It was all bought. I believe it was all bought in Japan when my dad was over there. But now it is mine. He upgraded to a modern system. Planned obsolescence, I tell you. This stuff still works. I mean, like I said, I gotta get the stereo service, but the more I play it, the better it like works with the speakers and stuff. So we're gonna season our flour. We're gonna season all our mixture here. Season our flour. Season our breadcrumbs. Because a lot of this will come off in the egg mixture and shit, you know? Oh yeah, it's yeah. I have one of the highly sought after vintage Pioneer systems. I've got a tape deck, a tuner, and then the receiver itself. Then I also found at Goodwill and Speedway a while back, a couple years ago, a late 1970s, early 80s receiver, and it had like a tuner and everything on it. So if you know anybody that's looking for a vintage tuner and receiver, I have one that I would get rid of for relatively cheap. Alright, so we're just gonna mix up our flour here, do the same thing with our breadcrumbs, get that seasoning mixed in. I'll tell you what scares me the most about cooking and food. It's not raw chicken, it's not raw beef, it's not raw food, it's flour. Flour is the most disgusting thing. Hello. Unfortunately, I don't know what that says back. HTU is back. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means, but hello. Got people on Twitch jumping in. Still trying to figure out the Instagram thing. I don't like that I can't get this gimbal to move with my movements. I need to figure out if there's a way I can do that, but you know, if not, it is what it is. So we also are going to season our chicken. Why? Because you gotta season shit. Move that flour so you can actually see what the fuck I'm doing. So this and country fried steak is definitely like just a comfort meal for me. It was okay. My day was busy. I'm in the middle of switching over things for an applicant tracking program, which I do marketing, so I don't even know why that's part of my job. But I'm doing it anyway, and hopefully I'll get a nice little raise out of it this coming Tuesday. So. All right, chicken goes in our egg. Both sides, get it nice and eggy. I love cooking fried chicken, right? Because cooking fried chicken is one of the most brutal meals you can cook, right? Because you were taking the butchered carcass, soaking it in its unfertilized, unborn children, and then throwing it in hot, greasy fucking oil. So like, it's pretty brutal. Pretty metal. You know what? I forgot to do the wet hand, dry hand bullshit, but whatever. Alright, so we're gonna sprinkle some of this flour off. Back in the egg mixture. And then we're going to toss it in our breadcrumbs. Oh, yeah. So we got the breadcrumbs in there. Give it a nice little shake, get it all coated. Give it a flip. Coat it again. I really like doing fried chicken with, gloves are easy, but it's also bad for the fucking environment, Jason. We live in a world of global warming. I've used cornstarch before. It gives a good breading. I like using cereal. I do frosted flakes a lot. Like I'll just like buy some frosted flakes and I will put them in a food processor or a bag, and I'll just like grind the shit out of it. And then I'll use that as my breadcrumbs instead of breadcrumbs. And that is good. I do a sweet heat chicken sandwich. It's like marinated in hot sauce, like sriracha. And that's it. Is it just for you or your family? It is just for me. Because my family, my parents are camping. They live right around the corner from me, usually, but they are camping right now for the eclipse because we are in Indiana and we're like right in the path of totality for Monday, which is going to be fucking crazy. The family I thought I was going to have decided they didn't want to be family anymore. So, you know, It's all good though. I'm doing much better with it. Alright, so we got our guy all fried up. I'm gonna put it, or breaded up. I'm gonna put it on a plate. Put it on a plate. Can I get away with putting it on a small plate, I think? Yes, I can. There she goes again. Alright, so we got a small plate. It's gonna be cool. Dolly, no, I'm excited. The next time it's gonna be a full totality eclipse in Indiana is like 2153 or some shit like that. So it's a very rare chance to see some cool shit. Alright, so we got our chicken. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator for a little bit just to kind of let that breading soak, sit in there and kind of get a little harder. Alright, we're looking like we're starting to get here with the there's wood splinters coming out of this slab of spoon, which I don't like. Alright, so we're gonna do our oil in here. We've got our potatoes boiling, so we're gonna give that a minute. We're just gonna chill because that chicken's gonna fucking cook real quick. Looks like we got about 4 minutes left on these green beans, and we'll try those and see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sit back and I technically work, but I work from home on Mondays, so I'm gonna sit back and probably cut off work early. Probably cut off work at 3 o'clock, and right when it starts to start, and just fucking watch that, man. My apartment hooked me up with some glasses so I don't go blind. Jamaican seasoning, yeah, I like to use some Jamaican jerk seasoning quite a bit. I haven't used it in a while, but I like some Jamaican seasoning. I like Jamaican patties. I like the little Jamaican empanadas. We got a couple good Jamaican restaurants here in Indianapolis, which has surprised the hell out of me. But, you know, we got a lot of good international food here in Indy, especially on 38th Street, West 38th Street, kind of near me. Instagram's fucking weird all the time. I don't know what's up with that, but and the fact that Instagram won't let me, won't crop things, so I can't use my broadcast software to do it. I have to do it from my phone, and then I can't really do anything else on my phone. So, come on. I'm trying to mess with my phone right now, and it's not doing anything. 3 o'clock. 8:09. It's fucking late. Should have started these potatoes earlier. Boil. Alright, so I guess we can put our oil in here. I don't like this. You're from Jamaica and most stuff, probably. But we've got a couple international markets here that are pretty cost efficient, and I can get anything from Japanese to different countries in Africa. I can get some halal meat. Hell, you can get pig snouts. I saw pig snouts at Saraga the other day. I don't know what I would do with it. I was buying pig's feet, but I do, I could spend all day in Saraga just buying different spices and shit. You know what? Now that I say that, I'm gonna have to put a note. Hold on. I'm not gonna. It's oh shit. Oh well. I'm gonna have to take a note because I do want to do some. I do want to do some Jamaican jerk chicken or some patties. So, are you in Jamaica now? Well, that's not popping up, but I'll remember it. Yeah, we're good. It's not boiling yet. But, yeah. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. I really enjoy reggae and ska. And I'm not talking about like Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. I'm talking about early Bob Marley, some before the Wailers even. But yeah, just I love that old Jamaican soul. Their versions of copying the American soul music. I like that shit better than I like the American soul music. Ska and like old school reggae is my go-to. And I like traditional ska, right? I don't like fuck Real Big Fish. They can get real big out of here. Stuff like that I'm not a big fan of, but I do like the traditional stuff. We're gonna set our Instapot off. We're almost boiling in there. Smells like green beans, goodness, and garlic. Yeah, I definitely always wanted to go down there. Matter of fact, I'm going to switch to some ska music right now. So Instagram's going to have to pause for a second. Look at that. That's a local band with some ska. Let me turn this up a little bit. Oh, this band was supposed to play my wedding next month, but they obviously aren't. It's great. Ah, fuck, that was hot. It's really crazy how punk rock can get you into like some different types of music. I started out listening to punk rock and discovered soul music, discovered fucking ska, reggae, rocksteady, fucking outlaw country, even jazz. Like I've discovered so much music through punk rock and the offshoots of punk rock. Like it's everybody thinks it's just some simple ass music to play. Oh, look at that steam. We're going to grab a fork and we're going to try one of these brain beans. And we're going to take a sprig of rosemary and toss it in to our potatoes. not bad. Maybe. Who is it by? Or who's done it? I know mostly by the artists. Now I'm just waiting for this to boil. I got it on high. And I still got to make the fucking gravy too. Sounds familiar. Let me see if it's on this playlist. Come on, Spotify, where the fuck is you at? There we go. I don't think I have that on this playlist, but I'll have to look it up. This is by Hepcat. Rest in peace. He just died last week or the week before. It's kind of a bummer. Good music. Hey, we're boiling over here. Hell yeah, there we go. I wonder if Facebook will mute me from hearing this music. I hope not. I'm gonna slowly heat up this oil. I'm gonna start it on low and then go from there. I'm gonna figure out a way to get Instagram to work with everything else. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but we got our chicken out because it is ready to go. You know what? I'm out of a drink. I don't have any more Sazerac, and I said I wasn't going to drink more than one. I said I wasn't going to drink more than one Sazerac. I didn't say I was going to not make more than one cocktail. I don't know what to do. We're gonna stick with whiskey. We're gonna stick with whiskey. You always got to get it from that reputable source. I'm going to do some Knob Creek. I don't even think I've opened this Knob Creek. I don't think doesn't look like I've drank anything out of it. I might have used a splash of something to cook with. Come on, get out of there. That's the best ice ball I have made. It's It's almost perfect. Drop that in there. A little bit of Knob Creek. So right now I'm listening to the Kingstonians. My buddies in the fucking Operators are on a little tour right now. The Operators is a ska band from Indianapolis. They put out a fucking tour vinyl, and how is you gonna tell your people in Indiana until you're on tour? I want one. Christian, Brandon, Heath, if y'all see this, save me one of them shits. I want one. I don't care. I'll buy it. Don't care how much it is. So a little unknown thing with whiskey. I wish I had spring water for this, but it's okay. So you don't want to do this with whiskey that is less than 100 proof. But if you put, and usually you're supposed to use some, spring water, limestone filter, whatever. But if you add just a bit of water, I'm spilling it on there. You got a little bit of water, that whiskey, 100 proof or above. It really, really, really opens up some new flavor profiles and new stuff like that. Only 100 proof, or it's something to do with the alcohol content. It's only 100 proof or higher. So. I'm trying to figure out, it's probably best that I don't see things on YouTube. Because I'm sure people are assholes. You're a little late, trash service. The Prize Fighters. Another good band. This is with Charlie Organaire meets the Prize Fighters. Trying to get back to the... There we go. Bourbon whiskey with the water. Yeah, it's always good to put water in bourbon that's over 100 proof. It opens up the flavors and the sugars and the smell. Didn't believe it. And then I tried it. And I was like, okay, this makes fucking sense. Alright, I'm gonna give our potatoes a test. They need just another minute, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna get this oil about to be fried up. As soon as these potatoes are done, we'll keep them warm. We'll also keep our chicken warm because we still need to make the gravy. We gotta do our gravy with some flour. We'll throw a little butter in with this oil. I said it is an awful lot of oil, and I even use less oil than I normally do for this, but I want to use the stuff I cook the chicken in for the gravy. So. No, I do not. Chase. Growing up, mashed potatoes to me was Hungry Jack, fucking flaked potato flakes in some water. No, I won't do that no more. The easiest and most simple way I'll do potatoes is I will get Bob Evans or the Kroger brand or Meyer brand potatoes in a thing and microwave it if I'm feeling really lazy. But I will not do instant potatoes. Hello, Mr. J or Miss J, whoever, they J. Hi. Ska makes me happy. It makes me want to dance. Which got me into, was a big Mr. J. Alright. Got me into, somebody in my past really liked to see me dance to ska music. But not no more. They can't see shit. We good on these potatoes? Almost. And then this thing right here, one of my favorite fucking kitchen utensils. Yes, it's very one use, but I love it. I'm alright. What am I cooking? I am cooking country fried chicken with mashed potatoes and green beans. But I need to heat this oil up now because we want to get it going. So I got this oil heating to 375 degrees. Yeah, and the green beans we did with pancetta, butter, chicken broth, and some seasonings in the Instapot. So they're good, they're ready to roll. We got our chicken breaded, double breaded, ready to go. It's kind of weird streaming on 3 or 4 different platforms because I have the OBS, the chat the broadcast server software that I use has a chat and it's every Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and everything all together. And then I have to watch Instagram over here, so it's interesting. I was kind of hoping some other people, some certain people would watch tonight, but I don't know if they did or if they are. I can't see exactly who's watching. No, black pepper it's probably my least favorite seasoning, honestly. I read an article the other day, like, black pepper is, like, really to make food that doesn't taste good. But because it masks a lot of flavor with its strong flavor. And I use it because black pepper, salt and pepper is kind of like a go-to in American staples. But I prefer to use other spices. Alright, we're gonna give this a check to see if it's done. Oh yeah, that's already sizzling. And we always want to lay this where? We want to lay it away from us, because we do not want it to splash up and burn us. My hands are already so burnt. My poor hands are burnt to shit. You know, this apartment's starting to feel more like home, and there's definitely some benefits. Like today, I got home. Ooh, it's time to flip this already. Whoa, fuck, that hurt. All right, that's a little too brown already, but we'll be all right. Forgot I pounded this so thin. Got it just in time though. Alright. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to place this on our tray here, pop it in here to keep it warm. Pretty sure our potatoes are good to go. So we're going to turn that off. We're going to grab our colander. Potatoes into the colander. The beans are in here. They're in my instant pot. My little pressure cooker. And you know what? I'm gonna use a lot of butter because we like butter. for this gravy. I'm gonna pop our butter in there and let that melt. And then we're gonna add some flour. We're gonna take this little burnt piece out. And once that melts, we're gonna throw some flour in there and turn it on. Alright, so we're gonna take our fork that we were using earlier here and plop our potatoes into our potato ricer. If you make potatoes on a regular basis, like mashed potatoes, or you want to make mashed potatoes on a regular basis, and you want to make fucking amazing mashed potatoes, get a potato ricer. Because look, potatoes go in, right? Potatoes go in, and look at how those potatoes come out. This makes them so smooth and so absolutely creamy. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. I still need to find somebody to come over and hang out and like help me produce this show and eat some good fucking food. I need somebody to commit. Because I want to start I want to like do, my goal with this is to stream like once, twice a week, Sundays, maybe, you know, through Sundays definitely, but maybe sometime throughout the week we'll stream. But I want to start like producing them in like an actual video so I can, you know, get some more content out there and promote myself a little bit more, because the goal is to turn this shit into a, you know, a private chef business or something like that. I'm gonna throw the rest of that butter into our potatoes. I'm gonna put a little milk in there too, because our milk's about to go bad. And we'll give that a stir. Let that melt up. These are just Idaho potatoes. I thought I was buying russets, and to be totally honest, I don't know the fucking difference between russets and Idaho. I guess russets are a little less slutty. Yeah, I've done a couple catering jobs, and I've done like some barbecue for, you know, the bar I hang out at, and like made some good money doing that shit. Which I need to talk to Rich and Rob and see about doing something else, you know, especially this summer. You know the biggest mistake that I think most like people that cook make? They don't season enough. They don't season enough. Oh yeah, these potatoes are going to be nice and creamy. Those are perfect. There's no lumps in those at all. So we're going to put this in our warm zone over here. And just keep those warm. We're going to turn our oil and butter mixture on. And we're gonna start making our gravy. We're gonna start with I just spilled that. We're gonna start with a half cup of flour. We'll probably need more. But we're gonna start with a half cup. And we're gonna stir this up. Whisk that gravy in. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some more flour. And then we'll put some milk in here too, here, just a little bit. We got a whole cup of flour in here now. We need to really sop that oil and butter up. And we'll add some milk. To get all that oil incorporated into that flour. I'm very excited about this meal. This is one of my comfort meals. When my grandpa was still alive, I remember going to the VFW for country fried steak and country fried chicken night and hanging out there. And you know, you could see back in the back the cook was smoking a cigarette, taking while he was cooking everything at the VFW. But I couldn't be mad at him. That shit would taste, it ended up tasting fucking good, so who am I to judge? Alright, toss a little milk in here. Probably gonna need to add more milk, but we're gonna start light. Yep, we're gonna need to add a lot more. It's almost like a roux, but I need it to not be a roux. I need it to really become a gravy, and it's just becoming too thick. We can always add more flour. There we go, we're getting somewhere. I need a better, here's what we're gonna do. Thank you for following. Have a good night. Thank you for following. Thank you for hanging out and watching a little bit. Have a good evening or day or whatever time it is down there. Trouble. Oh, we're going to need to add a little bit more milk, but we're getting close on this gravy. So we're going to have to add that seasoning. I don't know, we may be pretty good on this gravy. We're gonna have to splash more milk, but we're getting pretty good on that shit. We just need to add some salt, some pepper to this, and we'll be good. I made way too much fucking gravy, but that's alright. I'm gonna throw some salt up in here. You know, I said people don't season enough. I'm especially talking about pasta. Pasta water. If you're making pasta and your pasta water doesn't taste like the ocean, before you put that pasta in, you're making your fucking pasta wrong. One thing I really do like black pepper in is gravy. Some like pepper gravy. Good old country pepper gravy. Yeah, you got that oily chicken fried taste in this gravy. It needs a little something. Needs a little of that make shit good. You know what? I think we're almost ready to eat. I'm gonna put a little tad bit more milk in here. We're gonna plate. Gravy's still a little too thick for what we need. Get this milk incorporated a little bit more and we'll be ready to go. It's almost 9 o'clock. I still gotta clean this shit up, but hopefully it won't be too bad. It won't be as bad as last night. I think we're good where we're at. Still don't have oven mitts. I need to buy oven mitts. Gotta think of where I put shit. I just put shit away. Ah. For our green beans. I'll let those drain a little bit. All right, now it's time for the gravy. spoon for our gravy, knife and fork. All right, give our gravy a stir. I'm gonna have to save this gravy for something else. We're gonna put our gravy. Look at that. Look how that gravy just coats the back of that spoon. That's fucking perfect. Gravy on the potatoes. And gravy on the chicken. I'm making a mess already. Alright, it's not the prettiest because the gravy spilled out everywhere, but there we go. There's our country fried chicken with, we'll do what we did yesterday. We'll set it up, make it good. Show the Instagram crowd. There's our country fried chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes. Instagram, see you later. Alright, let's take a look at this shit real quick before we call it a day. Alright, there is our country fried steak, or country fried chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and green beans. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna eat because I'm hungry and I got some stuff to do. So thanks for watching.